Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog at stampwithelaine.com. This is the new annual catalogue for May 2022 to April 2023, and at last I'm able to show you what's inside. This is the Tea Boutique suite. Unfortunately, I couldn't get hold of all the in-colour cardstock, so I'm glad I invested in this Tea Boutique collection. You'll find it on pages 12 to 13. They have a stamp set and the dies, of course, and the stamp set's in photopolymer. Then you have the designer series paper. They're in a 6x6 inch format. The Tea Boutique cards and envelopes. To cut a long story short, I didn't have all the in-colour A4 cardstock. Two of them were missing, and by the time I went to order the 12 and 12 inch in colour assortment, they'd gone out of stock. Lucky for me, in the Tea Boutique collection there were the Tea Boutique cards and envelopes. These are the pre-printed cards in all the 5 new in colours, and there are envelopes to match. So the colours are Tahitian Tide, Parakeet Party, Sweet Sorbet, Starry Sky and Orchid Oasis. They also have the Tea Boutique 6x6 designer series paper, and I've used this paper for my matte layers. I use the designer series paper for my matte layers. So the matte layer measures 3 inches by 4 inches, so I cut off 2 inches to start with, so that measured 4 by 6, and then I turned it on the long side and cut that in half, so each is 3 by 4. And I put one on this, and you've got one left over to make more cards. Plus you have this strip, which you can use as well on another project. Really, you need all the in-colour inks. You can make a saving by buying the collection, buy all 5 ink pads together, and it will save you 10%. You'll find the assortment code on page 126 of the annual catalogue. Down here, the 2022 to 2024 in colours. It tells you here that you get 5 ink pads, one each of 5 colours, if you buy it as a collection or an assortment. It's $33.75, but if you buy the ink pad individually, then they cost £7.50 each. Highly recommend that if you buy the ink pads, you also buy the ink refill. They're £3.75 each. The in colour metallic ribbons, they're £8.50 each, and this is Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Starry Sky, Tahitian Tide and Orchid Oasis. I also used the middle 1, 2, 3, the third largest scallop contour die, the one that has the stitched edging and the scalloped frame. Because I was making multiples of this card, I mounted the stamp on my plate and used the Stamparatus. Then I stamped the image, die cut it for my template, switch plates, and I'm stamping this image here in Parakeet Party. Take the die and die cut that. Then I die cut several blanks and just pop them in there to stamp with the different coloured inks. So I die cut 5 of those, stamped and die cut 5 of those, stamped 5 of those, and also the flowers. So these dies will cut out this image here this leaf here, there are 2 teacups, so this one will cut out the teacups, and that's the floral. There's a pair of those to cut out these flowers. Then there's this one for the leaves, this one for these leaves. Then you've got the big label and 2 little labels, one for a lemon, and that's to cut the inside of the lemon, a couple of hearts and extra hearts, so you can do a couple at the same time with one pass through the machine. This one will cut out a pattern inside. I haven't used this one yet, so do pop back. There will be a project in the future. And last but not least, I also use the 2022 to 2024 in colour matte decorative dots for the flower centres. Bother, I forgot to record it. Basically, you take your 6x6 inch sheet and decide which way you want paper to be, the pattern, and you need to cut off 2 inches so that it measures 4 inches by 6 inches. Turn it on the long side and then cut that in half, so align it at 3 inches and cut 2 3-inch by 4-inch pieces. So I can save that for another project. Take my stamp and seal, make sure that's centered. I've die cut my scallop contour. Center it on the card. Flip it over and put dimensionals on your cup. I've already stamped my flower and die cut the 3 flowers I need ahead of time to save time. Now we want to do our label. So bring in the Starry Sky ink pad, stamp the label first, and then you can follow on by stamping the word. Then I'll go and die cut that off camera. You also need the Baker's Twine Essentials pack. We're going to be using the white Baker's Twine. So now you want to attach a piece of Baker's Twine on the back. And then pop another one on top to make sure it's secure. Cut it off, leave it there. Glue dot on the inside. Take your tea bag and attach it to the back of the cup. Make sure it's secure. I've removed the backing tape from there and pop that on. And then turn this round and put another glue dot on the back of this and attach it to your teacup. Apply adhesive to the back of your leaves and insert that in. Then attach a glue dot to your flowers. Pop them on. Last thing to do is add your flower centers. Finishing touch is to tie a ribbon around the teacup handle, and voila, that completes the card. So there are all the matching envelopes, and here are the rest of the cards. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial and are loving the new catalogue. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll be back with more inspiration next time. Bye.